All right. As you guys know, we've been talking all morning about the Louisville Leopards bringing home the state championship in Division III on Friday at Dayton. We had the game on the Q92 Sports Network. John Bozica had the call, and in case you missed how it sounded at the end, it was something like this.
1.9 remains. Louisville ahead 2 in the backcourt. Burnett, half-court heave for the win. No! Louisville is your Division III state champions. The program will hoist the gold. 63-61, the final score. The Leps have done it.
That's what it sounded like on the Q92 Sports Network. John Bozica on the call there, and pleasure to have in studio members of the team, members of the cheerleading squad. Of course, head coach Siegfried here with us in studio right now. Coach, before we get into anything, congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate just listening to John's take there. Been listening to him for years, interviewing with him. It still gives me goosebumps here. So here we are, Monday morning at 9 a.m. and it still gives me goosebumps. So hopefully that feeling never goes away.
Is the voice coming back?
Oh, yeah. I didn't lose it as much as I did in past years. It was a rather calm experience. You're just trying to take it all in.
Yeah, so many questions. I'm so glad. First of all, thank you guys for coming in, because you didn't have to, and you guys coming in here early in the morning to talk about this, but we just wanted to celebrate you guys and talk about it. And we're going to hear from players, cheerleaders after we talk to Coach here. But Coach, I mean, first of all, a credit to you guys. We talk about you and Perry were both in there, and they were kind of two different stories. Yeah. Perry was that forever underdog.
Oh, yeah.
And what a season they had. Congrats to them and their community.
Absolutely.
But what I really respect about what you guys did this year, not to take anything away from Perry, is the expectations were there.
Yeah.
Eyes were on you. And that, to me, is so much more difficult when all eyes are on, okay, are they? Right. Are they gonna? You guys played an unbelievable schedule, an unbelievable hard schedule. You played up in so many ways and played so many teams that went deep or won in the tournament as well. But you did it. I mean, you did it. Tell me about that as far as going through the season, playing the way you did with all eyes on you, expecting a lot out of you, and to fulfill and surpass what everyone thought you guys could do.
Yeah, it's honestly been full circle for myself in this program. Going back years ago, we set very high expectations for what we want to accomplish, not just in our league, which used to be the NBC, but in the state level. And unfortunately, we got booted out of the NBC, and that, I think, was a turning point for us. It allowed us to play a more difficult schedule and really ramp up what we had for our expectations. And then coming into this year, it was coming off of 12 very successful seasons in a row, but 3 over the top special seasons. Right. And getting to that regional final 3 years ago, I think it really put a taste in the mouth of these seniors who were freshmen at the time, that we wanted to get back there, but we wanted to finish the deal. So my job as a coach, how do we get there? What do we have to do? And one of the things that we live by in Louisville basketball, or the program as we call it, is the man in the arena, Teddy Roosevelt, where it talks about daring greatly, that it's better to raise your expectations and fail, be in the arena, than not to do it at all. And that's what we did this year. We played the biggest, baddest around.
Yes, you did.
We played Ignatius. We played Richmond Heights. We played in St. Ed's. We played Kettering Ultra at Flying to the Hoop. We went to California and played in their national tournament, where we were playing against 2-3 Division I commits each and every night. And I really think when we came through that tournament run, those last 4 games were really a result of our schedule. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that the expectations were there. Some of them were self-imposed. I know we started the tournament saying 1 of 7, 2 of 7, 3 of 7. And, many asked, is this a state title or bust? And I said, yeah. And that's a lot to put on young kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, if you do come up short, let's say you lose in the finals, to say it's not a successful season, that'd be a hard one to swallow. But I really believe that it was state championship or bust, and credit to these kids for to getting it done.
It was amazing. And I come about Lauren. I know that Lauren has a real special question she wants to ask you. She's been waiting for it. But before we get to that aspect, just for you personally, can you take me back just to that moment? What you remember when you heard that buzzer, you watched that full court shot that I'm sure your heart stopped as you were watching it.
Yeah.
But when it happened, do you remember the first thing that kind of came to your mind, or what you were looking at? Like that moment when it hit you, like, that's it. It's over. We're state champs.
Yeah. Relief, I think, and just a sense of accomplishment. A lot of people see those types of games. They see the tournament run, but what they don't see is the Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. with McDonald's coffee in my hand, watching youth basketball, or the youth camps, the different times, and a true program where you have to do certain things that are just tough, and you want to build and build and build, and you want to raise expectations. And ultimately, I just get a lot of sense of accomplishment for these young men, because I know how much work they put into it, and the joy that I see them running around with and celebrating. I just wanted to take it all in. It's just so many Jimmy Valvano moments where I remember when he was just sprinting around the court looking for people. I kind of felt like that at St. Ignatius, at Garfield Heights, and now once again in the state finals. So just a sense of relief, accomplishment, and just knowing that, we finally did what we set out to do.
So as a coach, this is like a big moment, right? You did it. You executed, you won state. And that in of itself is such an emotional thing, I think, for all the hard work that you put in with your team.
Yeah.
You got to do this with your son.
Whew.
What was that like?
Yeah, that was surreal. I consciously wanted him to celebrate with his teammates, both in the Garfield game and then also in this game as well. And I've had many, embrace moments, hugs with players in the past. Some that, district semi win. I remember Colin Chambers, one of my former players, Drew Nobles, Chris Libatours, a lot of great players I've had the pleasure of coaching. Braden Gross earlier in the year against Ignatius when he hit the buzzer beater. Tate Aljancic after he hit a buzzer beater at Kettering Altar. But to be able to have that embracement with my son and have pure emotion, captured in video and photos, and not wanting to let it go. I guess the thing I would say is that, not only when the buzzer went off, but didn't want that moment to end, because, it's a lot of hard work for, maybe 5-10 minutes of celebration. But it was special. There's no question about it. It's surreal. And I don't know when it's going to sink in, but hopefully we can just keep living in this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And before we transition to the players and cheerleaders, Coach, the community of Louisville. I don't think anyone was in the town of Louisville on Friday. I think you could have robbed the city blind and no one would have been there to see it.
I agree.
It was unbelievable. Just talk for a second about the amazing support that you've had your entire career, but what it was like to look in the stands and see that sea of blue and see all those people there with you.
Yeah, so I grew up in Alliance, and I grew up in Alliance during a time where Alliance sports would pack the gym each and every night. Harry Fales and Tom Brapson, and some of the special moments that we had in Alliance. And I took over this position at Louisville knowing that the Louisville community was probably that and then some. And we saw it a lot in football when I first got there, and had a lot of success. And my goal was to kind of create that atmosphere in basketball. And you can't do it without the people wanting to come out. You can tell people come out. But if you don't have that strong community, it doesn't really matter. So, over these last, especially 3-4 years, but really all the way through, the support that they show us, we sell out almost every single home game with just spectacular crowds, unbelievable involvement. I have individuals that wait for me after every game to talk to me about the game, young and old. We had an autograph night where these guys signed, 200 autographs for the kids. We had probably 1,000 people that were waiting at the parking lot after a 4-hour drive back from Dayton, lining the streets, coming into the gym, just wanting more and more and more of these guys. And I don't think they truly understand how much they mean to us and what this community has done for us to get us over that hump, because there's 4 games, to be quite frank, that we could have lost coming through, going from the regional semis through. And our community with that crowd, that 6-man, pulled us through. And I can't be more thankful to them.
It is unbelievable, man. We're so happy for you guys, so happy for the community. Like Terry Horn has been so great to Q92 Sports, whether we're covering your basketball or football. You guys are always so welcoming, so gracious, and we thank you for that, because it not every school is as class act as you guys are when we come to broadcast your sporting events, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys. We've gone through this with John and the whole team, and it's just been awesome. Then coming in and doing interviews with our players, and we basically call ourselves the program, meaning that we involve everyone. We involve all parts: cheerleaders, pep band, 6-man, our youth, and we consider Q92 as part of that as well. And John Bazika. It really takes a community, and when we bring this back, we brought it back for Stark County, for Louisville, for our fans. but everybody involved, and we know it's not just 5 guys on the floor. It's a lot of people that take part.
Absolutely. Yeah. And now we're going to transition to a couple of those players. We're going to talk to Bo Siegfried right now, who's going to come on with us. You want to come on, Bo, and jump on here? Of course, son of the coach, point guard, the man. First of all, what a career you had. Congratulations on your career. It's been really exciting to watch it over the years and see what you've accomplished. And obviously, you're going on to play college ball at Ashland. Congratulations on that, too. Can you just talk about, as a player, what that experience was like Friday, man?
Honestly, I mean, this was a real moment for my teammates and us. And just, something that we will definitely never forget ever in our lifetime. Just after hearing that buzzer sound, after I missed that full court shot, and, just getting to celebrate with all my brothers on my team. It's just a moment, that we've been waiting for our whole lives, put in, blood, sweat, and tears into this game. And just, it feels like it finally paid off after hearing that buzzer go off.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be incredible to experience. I mean, to me, this is the kind of thing that's going to bond you guys for life. Mm-hmm. I mean, you'll run into each other, your teammates, 20, 30 years down the road, and you'll hug and you'll talk about that moment. I mean, it's incredible. But I mean, like I was telling Coach, I was saying, you guys, you played such an incredible schedule, and you played such a tough schedule. You played up. Do you think that really helped you guys prepare for the tournament run, because you knew it was going to be a grind, you knew it was going to get harder as you went? Do you think playing the schedule you guys did and taking on the tough competition helped battle test you guys for the tournament?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think obviously we wanted to beef our schedule up a little bit this year so we can make a deep tournament run. And I think, just playing teams like Carroll and Alter when we go into overtime and we hold them 10-0 in the overtime, I think it's huge, because then we go into, I think it was overtime against, it was either regional finals or regional semis, and we go into overtime and, we get the job done, because I think games like that it's just another game for us. And I think the toughness of our schedule has just helped us tremendously, just because, we've seen Garfield Heights, a team like that, probably 5-6 times already throughout the season. So it's not as much pressure on us, that, this is another big game for us, but in reality, it's just another game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Mr. Basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you think about that. You guys went through Mr. Basketball, Ohio, to pull off what you guys did. It was an amazing. And I want to pose the same question that I posed to Coach, and I'm going to pose to everybody here, because I'm just curious for you, that moment, buzzer goes off. Like I said, I'm sure you're like, oh, no, oh, God. Because I would have been, I would have been going nuts. But that moment, do you remember, like, what first thing for you, like when you realized we're state champs? We did it.
Yeah, no, I feel like, just talking to some of our teammates, it felt like the ball was in the air for a freaking century.
I'll bet.
Like it just wasn't going to land. But, after hearing that buzzer, it honestly was just it was just a sigh of relief. Because, obviously I've been working at this game and, building my craft for the past 18 years, and I put everything into this game. And it's just, it's rewarding, having the final game come out as a win, and, just getting to obviously do it with my father and, all my best friends on my team, and, having 8 seniors in such a close-knit group. It's nothing. There's nothing more I could ask for.
It was unbelievable. And I know Lauren asked your father, but for you, what, not to steal your question. I'm not trying to steal your question.
You're fine.
But I mean, you got to experience this with your dad.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people don't. I mean, I'm sure everyone found their dad, but their dad was their coach.
Yeah.
And he's been your coach in life since you were born.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to share this with him. What was that like for you?
It was just an awesome moment, just obviously some tears were shed afterwards.
Absolutely.
But, just being able to hug him at midcourt at down in Dayton has just been a dream of mine, basically my whole life. And I honestly didn't know if I'd ever get to do that. And it's just so rewarding that I got to spend that moment with him. Obviously there's a bunch of pictures of us, and I'm glad I can look at that picture a lot in my life.
It's immortal on the internet, man. You get to see it forever.
We all felt that emotion, just so you know.
Lauren's a crier.
It doesn't take much, and I definitely, when I saw that after, the realization and they embraced, it was like, oh my gosh, I need a tissue, because it was just a beautiful moment. I mean, not that many people get to experience what you guys experienced, and you got it, and it was awesome. And that's core memory. I mean, you'll never forget that. So
it's a pretty good one. Well, congratulations. On not just on this year, on an incredible career we all got to watch with you. You've been incredible. You guys earned this. This was not given at all. And I know you're going to kill it at Ashland next year. You're going to do a great job, and you're going to represent Stark County very well, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Let's bring on Braden Gross now. Next up, the big man here. Braden's going to come up and talk to us.
I felt very, very short. I felt my entirety of my 5 feet when he came in this morning.
Yeah, Braden. Yeah. Braden, congratulations, big man. How's it feel to be a state champ?
It feels amazing.
Does it?
Yep.
Here, question to you, man. It happens. We watch the ball. We all pause. Our heart stops. What do you think? What does Braden think when he realizes we just did it?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have asked me that question, but I don't really know how to explain it. I think as soon as I saw the shot not going, I think I turned and sprint as fast as I could to my guys. I just wanted to embrace them and just enjoy the moment with them.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember watching? Like, do you remember watching that the ball? Like, did you think?
No, I didn't. I saw it and I'm like, there's no way this goes in. And luckily it didn't. Yeah,
it was what 1.9 seconds for the ball had to go how many feet? I mean, it was
like
a
three-quarter.
It had to go three-quarter shot.
I mean, it was long. Shot. I was holding my breath too. I was listening to the live broadcast.
It was unbelievable. But what was this season like for you? I mean, you guys had done so well in previous years. You know what I mean? And to finally have it go your way and go all the way, win a state championship, to go through everything from the training beforehand, the camp to the season. Well, just talk about the experience of this year.
I couldn't be more grateful. Obviously to go senior year and to end on a win. Right. Obviously, I mean, I didn't cry this senior year with my guys, and it was a win, and you can't be upset at that. So to go in and just do what we did in the senior year, obviously want to do it in years previous, but to end it as sort of a finale was amazing.
That's the thing, so close, you know what I mean? And then so close, and then your last shot.
Yep.
This is your last chance to do it at Louisville, and you guys were able to do it. Talk for a second about what it's been like playing for Coach Siegfried over these years and your experience with him.
Yeah, I started in AAU actually. Was it fourth grade? Yep, fourth grade at AAU. So I've been playing with them for a while. Bo and Ashton, both there, and then moved to Louisville and just get to spend all my time with these guys. I wouldn't want to ask for anything more, and then to end it how we did. Obviously, amazing.
It was unbelievable. Yeah. It was unbelievable. And so we're going to talk to a couple of your cheerleaders here in a second. We talk about the community and everything, but these girls that are with you every home game, every away game, they travel with you. They're just as invested as you guys are. Talk about what it meant to have their support.
Yeah, obviously them, the band, coming out at home games. It's just amazing. Not many teams can, say that they packed the gym, cheerleaders cheering, band going in the warm-ups, just go in and, try and take it in and look around, see the crowd, see people, little kids waving at you. I mean, it's amazing.
That is awesome.
They really look up to that. That's such a cute thing too. Like you saw all those kids in the crowd when you guys returned on Friday night, and I mean, they really look at you guys that you're mentors for them.
It's unbelievable.
Obviously, you're staying close next year. You are committed to Walsh University.
Yep.
All right, so we'll get to see more of him playing locally as well. So we're excited to see what that looks like.
Congratulations! Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you. And finally, we're going to be talking to a couple of the cheerleaders here from Louisville. Maddie and Sydney are coming. Whoever wants to come up first, we'll lower the mic for you.
Yeah,
because you're not Braden Grosstall. So we'll lower it down. All right, we got Maddie or Sydney.
This is Maddie.
All right, Maddie, a little closer to the mic, Maddie. Yeah. Maddie, you've been smiling since you got in here. How excited are you? You're cheering for state champs here.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm just happy to be here.
How excited was it to be in Dayton, to be there in front of that ruckus crowd, in front of your community, cheering these guys on for a state title?
It was crazy. We were talking on the way here, just like how we basically had like free front row tickets to the basketball game to watch like the boys that I went to preschool with some of these kids, like watching them grow up, cheering for them since middle school. So it just like was so like not rewarding, but just so like satisfying to just be able to watch everyone and watch them do their thing and have literally the longest cheerleading season in Louisville history.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's a great point, though. I mean, you've been supporting these guys. You've known them since preschool, some of them.
Yeah.
That's literally your life almost, your entire life. And to be with that and to experience that and to see some people you've been friends with, like you said, since preschool accomplish this goal, it had to be great.
Yes. So amazing.
It had to be amazing. Now, what was the crowd like for you guys? What was the Louisville? How hyped were they?
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times we did Leopard Nation, the chant. We did it so many times. The student section behind us, all the kids that we go to school with, just all having this common goal to cheer on the boys to let them win. It was so amazing. Everyone was so loud, loudest experience. On my Apple Watch, I kept getting that. The heart
alert.
Yeah, the heart alert, and then also the volts or whatever, it was too loud or something like that.
No
they were
kidding.
Loud environment. So
yeah,
it was just so loud.
It's funny. We talk about what it's like for the players to look around and see everything, but as a cheerleader, when that happened, what was your reaction looking at everything?
I think my heart stopped just like probably everyone else's. But then I was like, no, it's not going in. So, but then like the second, like the clock ran out and I was like, wait, like, I don't think I realized like right at first, but everyone was like running. I just like stayed on this, like the sideline, just like in awe. I think I was just like in shock. Everyone was like rushing the court and I was like, what just happened? Like, I was just like so amazed.
I don't blame you. I would have let him rush the court first too. I would have been like, I'll be out. You guys all tackle.
Right.
I'll come out when we're all standing
But it's all
again.
clear.
Yeah,
right.
when it's all clear, I'll just be over here. No, it had to be an amazing, and to be able to cheer for that and experience that, it had to be amazing. Yes. It had to be, and congratulations to you guys. You have an amazing cheer program at Louisville as well, and you guys do a great job at football games and basketball games.
Thank you.
So all right, let's bring on our last guest here, Sydney. Sydney, I'll ask you, what's it like? State champs, how about it?
I mean, since the beginning of this year, I had in my mind that this was going to happen. And my dad has always told me.
You called it.
Yeah, no, those boys, like, they've prepared this. And he was like, I want to be in the student section standing behind the court because that's, or standing behind the hoop. And I think that was just, and it came to life. And we wouldn't be here without them.
No, it was unbelievable. And I assume you've grown up with a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
They've been your friends.
Preschool
till the end of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
State champs together. Knowing him as long as you have, what was that like? How feeling happy for him and watching him realize this, and you get to be a part of it?
I mean, I know how much work they put in. My brother's on the team as well. He's a junior, but I know all the work they all put in, and them playing so much. The going to My Fit Life, going and practicing.
People don't see that.
Times, going and shooting whenever they like. That's something that not many people do. And everyone's like, how did they do it? And it was like, because they put in more time than anyone else has. I think in Stark County, I'm not going to lie. Like, I think like the team is prepared more than anyone else has.
Well, Coach, you should be on your PR team. I don't know, man. She really
does.
That's well done. Well
She's
done
amazing.
all there. Did you storm the court?
Oh, yeah. Every single
You're like, I beat the players out.
She's like, I left Maddie in the dust and I was out there.
Every single game, I either cried or, I cried, ran on the court. The Ignatius game, we all went insane. There was a kid that jumped over a table and fell. Like, it was great.
You're like, it was chaos. I loved it. But, I mean,
we all rushed the court. I want to say the game before was the one that I think hit me the most. I was like, we're going to state. We're going to Dayton. And then when we got there, I was like, we're doing this. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
like
knew it.
confidence.
Like, I didn't even feel it.
Visualization. I like it. Like, she was like,
it. Vision board it. I get it.
Yeah.
We
I get
a lot. We manifested.
But looking
Yes.
back, what incredible memories you're going to have now for the rest of your life for this moment with all these players, other your cheerleaders, your community. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, being able to, like, not only for me, but like, not many people are state champs.
Right.
And like, the difference is like with them is they had to get to this point. Like, it wasn't just a given. Like, oh, you just try out and you get there. They had to work up to this point. And I think that it paid off. And I am so grateful that I was able to experience this and be a senior and be with them because not everyone got to cheer this. Only the seniors got to cheer this because we have 10 seniors.
Okay.
So not all of us were able to do the entire game, which was completely fine because I loved watching, being able to like chill out because I go crazy. Like, I don't even cheer.
I believe you.
I
believe you.
Because you're watching. You're so
I
intense.
can sense it right now.
And my dad will text me on my Apple Watch. He's like, you need to cheer more. And I'm like, I can't. I'm watching them. I'm like squatting on the ground because I can't even watch. It's like, it's a great experience.
This is awesome. Congratulations again
Yes.
to all you guys. We can't thank you guys enough for coming down and spending some time with us.
On
You
spring
guys-
break.
on
They
spring
got up,
break, you
nonetheless.
got up.
Yeah.
God bless you. Congratulations, state champs. Earned, not given. And you guys, as a community, did it together. Coach, congratulations. Guys, congratulations. Girls, congratulations. And thank you for coming down. We appreciate you all.
Yeah.
All right. State champs right here. Louisville Leopards in the studio.